Well, welcome aboard. I'm Kelly Jack. This here is How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. And we are in the Simitran sessions, specifically the Devil's Lake, Devil's Towers. I don't know why I said Lake. Devil's Towers 1969 Fixit game. I am getting towards the end of the evening. It is after a long rabbit hole dive down, chasing down something that didn't pan out. And we're now going to take and do some gaming to get it out of my system and finish up the gaming I planned earlier in the day before the rabbit hole opened up. And this is kind of an issue. I did have to fix a couple things while I was watching, or checking down that rabbit hole. I should say watching it open up, and then basically, is it real? No, it wasn't. So what I'm looking at is I noticed I had at least one train with uh, no line assigned. And I came in and checked by doing exactly what you just saw me do in the vehicle list, which is this one. This guy right there, vehicle list for your vehicles, not for the all vehicles, but just the vehicle list, which lists just the vehicles you have out. Click on the settings, choose special filter and no line. Make certain they're both pressed in, and it shows me that I actually have four. One still in station or depot, so I don't have to worry about him right away. And then the other three are out and roaming around, and that's probably what's causing some of my issues. So let's take a look at these guys' schedules. This one's got all the waypoints built in, and he's crude carrier going to and from Des Lake Crudes to Twin Refining. So let's go to Des Lake Crudes for a second. See. No. That's not what I want. Look. I understand I need the magnifying glass. Octocam. Okay. So this would be Desert Octo. Oiler. He, with all those, means I've encountered him and fixed him, or I at least laid him out right. Go back to that list again. Now I'm down to three. Let's go with this little guy. And his schedule, Vernal Maw and Springmouth, or Intelligent Impressions. So that's a paper roller. Ah, we never named that paper roller. Okay. So that'd be Intelligent Maw. Yeah, that sounds good. And with that set, now he's good. If we close and open, now we got down to just this guy. His is Wilbur Vernal. Okay, and he's been causing problems. He's going places that just do not make sense. He's pulling off things he shouldn't. That oiler has been doing some things he shouldn't too, and I am seriously considering killing a cross line because of these two guys. So I'm going to go ahead and shut down the vehicle list for a moment. Park him up here. This is episode 70, by the way, in our series. Sorry. Didn't ever expect to have 70 episodes. I figured I'd hit it in 35, doing, 50, doing one every year and a half year. Instead, I just started doing and went nuts. And my mother will now state that you've been nuts for well before you started playing this game. Let's see. All right. Let's go to Wilbur's, which is that one, and then he's going over to Vernal. So he's what's traveling this line. And then he's headed up here to where is Vernal? Oh no, he'd be heading to there. So what are my waypoints that I assigned to him? That's part of the problem. Okay. So we're gonna do to here. Switch to insert. This is why he's getting to here, doing a loop around, coming back through, and probably causing more problems than I want. Now, if we go to here, staying on insert, he was finding his own little ways around things. Being kind of nasty that way, huh? And that's because we'd done that cut. Ah! So there was a reason to keep that line going. Okay. So I'm going to blow that. I had finished this tunnel was what I had done, thinking that that was it. So I actually created that problem. Brilliant, Dave. Brilliant. Okay, wait a minute. Actually, we have him hold right there, and that's good enough. This can be a through crosser that doesn't cause too many problems. All right. Because to prevent him from really scrooging things up, we'll just throw a flag there and one there so that he stops for any dispatchers. Lets it dispatch a new train. It's an old scratch. Bus Martin train Carmen lot. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm getting a little loopy, and it's only 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, my time. All right, with those all in, I can now close that out, and he should be running smoother. Okay, unpause. There's going to be some glitches while he tries to find his new routing home, but I've given him a route home, so he's got a way to get there. Unfortunately, I have a feeling he's going to be taking the long way around. The inflatable tanks here are looking like they're loading up nicely. even with power and constant service. Let's see what this guy's running. Yeah, he's not running full, so I ain't worried. Not quite yet worried. I am going to do a speed up on that section of the line. I don't like my passenger trains utilizing slower connections, and I'm pretty certain this is him here. Yep. Okay. So that's the bare bones, and I think it's time to do a plot of one. That's one of the oil wells there. Ooh, no, there it is. There it is. Okay. Before you get saying this looks screwy, which it does, realize I didn't realize this guy didn't have service yet, and I'm trying to get over here to Pineville. And I want to tie in right there, so we're going to have to do a little bit, just a little bit of landscape work, thank gosh. Not much. Dive down there, line them up. Let's get this done first, and then we'll... Perfect. All right. Now with this all set up, there we go. And then we're going to do again just 2 spot stations initially. And ooh, that makes it a little tougher. Matter of fact, that's making it a lot tougher. I'm rotating so that I can see something a little bit better. Yes, I can take and change my road angle, which would let me do something here. Okay. So we're going to allow like this. Blast that guy. Thank you. There we go. Now I can put my choose station mark here. Far enough in advance. Bring this guy right on across here. There we go. And that looks a little bit better. Not much, but a little. Looking it over, got the faster buses going. It did catch on to it, so he's doing all right. Is he on constant move? He is. What sort of buildup do we have here? A lot? None. Okay, so he's just building up just perfect amount right now. Perfect. Adding a truck at this point would just idle both trucks for a long period of time. So now we can take a look at what our train needs to do here. we fixed you though. So the train needs to do this. And again, I don't mind slowing down for the bends into the station and things like that. We can use old Scratch for dispatch. I'm going to put 2 cars on him. He is going to be a little bit slower than I would like, but that's only going to affect us at certain points. Because he's doing this. And we're going to go 20% from Pineville. And over at the Bare Bones Recycling Yard. Which we're going to have to rename. I think we're going to call it the Old Bones Station. And we're going to go 10% from that one. I want him to at least have 10% of my, for the return trip. It'll probably in no time do this. And Bare Bones Recycling Yard. Warcruck Station. There we go. My first real double true multimodal was that one. Well, looking them over, I've got some pretty good setups. Back to normal view here. I also fixed the bridge that was out over, where was it? No, I didn't. So, do I want to do a bridge or a bridge? I'm going to go with the bridge. Bridge is cheaper than a tunnel. 70 versus 100. Yeah, we'll go bridge. I'm going to go wide. No, we're just going to go up and down. So we're still going to leave room in case we decide to expand this down the road and put a double through here. But that now puts that back into play. And we need to take a look at our last remaining. Oops. We did it again. That's the one we just put out, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we hadn't dispatched him though, thankfully. The parboiler. Make it sound like it dated back to steam engine days. There we go. And he didn't get a name. So that's Wilbur's. Will Vernal. And he is a logger. Okay, now we're down to just this guy. Did I have a schedule set for him? No. So this is somebody I took out of a line. Let's go find him. Yeah, this is one of the ones where I took somebody out of a line and just eliminated that line. So he is spare train, and we're going to sell him. That's a better option. Get some money back. Stop investing in that train body. And right here, a pond drilling yard. It is time to take that last peek at our, oops. So it finally discontinued the RVG hopper. Now the RVG hopper, I think it's the 40. Let me double check. Show obsolete, and then just go to the speed up my sort a little bit. Nope, that was the 18 tonner. So the little tiny one finally went out of service after over 100 years. Yeah, these guys went almost 100 years. Wow. So retire date's what I should have sorted by. Yeah. Next cars to go out of date are in 86 and 92. 85, 86, 92 is a big year where a whole bunch go out. Oh, over 110 years. That 114 years of that thing being in service. Can you believe that? No, January to October, that's almost the full year of 85. Give that the credit. It's 115 years almost. Just 2 months shy of it. So that is a stormtrooper of a availability. And I'm just fixing something a little here. I see I've got a ground glitch. You can see him right there. Just do some smoothing. And with those, we've shown you some new tricks, hopefully. For those of you watching me for how not to game. So you saw me make the mistakes and now you know how to fix them. And how better yet to avoid them by looking before you start. Hey, I'm Kelly Jack. Have a better day than I'm having.